Good morning, guys. This is William. I'm doing something different this morning outside of my element because God has led me to start sharing His word and to share the goodness of what's been going on in my life. So, um, I've been listening to Pastor Keon Henderson for a while, great preacher. I started out listening to Bishop T.D. Jakes, another anointed pastor, but they was kind of linked together. And the message that I got today that I was listening to is called Getting Unstuck. And so many of us, we're stuck in our ways, we're stuck in our negative thinking from the dysfunctional past that we came from. But trust me, I'm here to tell you, a person that came from so much dysfunction in my life, that we can become stuck and it become a pattern for us. And being dysfunctional is our new normal. We don't know what to do next because we're only accustomed to where we came from. But we got to step out our element, step outside the box for this new season to receive what God has for you. In order to get that, you have to be willing to be vulnerable. And that's very hard for a lot of us. I know me personally, coming from a dysfunctional background, not knowing who to trust, not knowing who to reach out to. But I will say this, not knowing and stumbling is the way that God wants us to be. If we knew our next decision, then God would be like, so what am I here for? You wouldn't come to God, you wouldn't seek Him. And I understand that now. And He's been showing me so much in His walk and His journey that I can't do it on my own. And when you get to a point in your life that you say, God, take the wheel, God, whatever you want me to do in your life, any hidden agendas that I have of my own, take it away right now in the name of Jesus and claim it. And let Him take the wheel. But you got to also line your life up to what you're praying for. Because I did realize this too, coming up back in the day in churches, a lot of people be like, I'm waiting on God, I'm waiting on God. But I learned if you continue to wait and not move, He's pretty much telling us in this season, okay, I heard your prayers, now what are you going to do? You got to take the next step to unlock the things that you've been working on, whether it's emotional, whether it's dysfunctional, whether it's generational curse as far as being judgmental and decisive with your decision, because that's where it all starts. I feel like spiritual warfare is more worse than physical pain. And until you tap into the things that's holding you back from your past, the things that you allow the enemy to cloud your judgment with, because all the enemy can do is attack us mentally. He can't stop what God got for you. He can't stop you from pushing forward unless you allow it. And a lot of times we give the enemy too much credit. A lot of times it's not even the enemy, it's God crushing us, trying to get us to seek Him. So He will put you in a situation where you feel like, I don't know what to do next, God. I don't know where my next this coming from. But He's doing it because He's trying to get you to seek Him. And when we stop being stubborn and big-headed up here, being cocky, arrogant, and get off our high horse and put Him first, God will do the rest. This is a little motivation this morning I feel like talking about, because being unstuck is very important to so many things. To being successful, to being a great dad, to being a great sibling, to being a great leader. But it takes you to say enough is enough. Only you can know when enough is enough. I don't care what situation you're in right now. If you turn to God, if you give it all to Him, if you drop on your knees and humble yourself, the same way I'm talking to you now, that's exactly how He wants us to talk to Him. He wants us to be humble. He wants us to come to Him not knowing when the next move going to be, because a lot of times, we are our biggest downfall. What you think about yourself, it's not about what others think about you. You're more worried about what you think about you, because what others doesn't have the hell to put you in. They can't stop you from what God got for you, but you can stop you. What you tell yourself can stop you. The encouragement that you give yourself can stop you. And I urge you guys to start speaking blessings into your own life, speaking greatness into your own life, getting back your life, because the power's in the tongue. And when you confess and when you speak and God hear you, the ball is rolling. He's doing stuff behind the scenes. He's getting you ready for your next. That's why when so many doors close, He always opening up other ones. You never see it because the attack is so real that you're allowing the attack to get you mentally derailed off where God's trying to put you. A lot of times when you attack, it's because God, He's trying to get you out of the situation. But we too stubborn. We getting comfortable. And when you get comfortable in dysfunction, wow, that's when the enemy know he got you. But when you can stand tall and say, God, I know you got something better. No matter what I do, even though you slayed me, God, I'm still moving. I'm still pushing forward to the mark. That's when the windows of heaven are open up. Because the more you seek him, God has no choice but to answer your prayer. God is not a liar. He not going to lie to us. And whatever he promised you, sometimes, instead of being focused on the pain, focus on the promises that God gave you. That's the key. If you can focus on the promises, the pain won't even matter, because you know the pain is part of your destination. It's purpose in pain. The pain is meant to humble us. The pain is meant to break us down, to stop thinking that you're waking yourself up, that you're the part of your success. Don't get me wrong. Yes, faith without works is dead. But God has his hand on everything. And until you realize it's not about you to let go and let God, your whole life will take off in another direction. And I encourage you guys today to do something for others. Be a blessing to others. You know, it's a blessing that we all here, that we have life in our body, that we're able to go to jobs. Those who can go to jobs and those who can't, even the ones who don't have a job. You don't know what God is doing behind the scenes, but he's waiting for you to humble yourself. And a lot of times he take away stuff. He take away your means of transportation, your means of funds. Whatever he needs to do to get your attention, he's going to do it. And a lot of times you think when he's taken away from you, he's hurting you. Where's God? Where's God when I can't pay my rent? Where's God when my car broke down? He's been there the whole time. But he needs you to seek him in the mix of your storm. And when you can start seeking God in the mix of your storm, that's when he's smiling like, that's my son. That's my daughter. That's what I put you on this earth to do. To be humble and seek me and let me lead. When you get your hidden intentions out the way, when you stop thinking it's all about you, when you put your ego to the side, God is going to open up so many things in your life. So many doors going to begin to open up. And you're going to be like, wow, I wish I was doing this for so long. But sometimes God got you right where he wants you, even when you feel like it's hurting. Because if he would have gave us the blessing too fast, that's like giving your son the car keys to the car before it's time for him to drive. What are you going to do? He's going to wreck the car. One thing about God, he's always on time. So we got to go through that season. And those of us who's been in the wilderness like me for 40 years. Remember, Jesus was in the wilderness for 40 years. My fault. 40 days, 40 nights. But in that mix of that wilderness, the longer you had to wait, the bigger your blessing's going to be. And I encourage you guys to seek God more. Open up your heart. Don't worry about being vulnerable. Don't worry about being hurt. Don't worry about going through hard times, because that's all part of the process. You can't get the blessing without the crushing. See, we all want things too fast, but you got to earn this. There's no millionaire out there right now who just was a millionaire overnight. They had to go through the crushing. See, when you look on Instagram, all you see is the chains, the money, the bag. They don't show you the hard times. And that's why, you know, Instagram is nothing but a delusion, a distraction of the enemy to attack you up here, to make you feel like, you know, if you sell your soul to this, you can have this. But I'm here to tell you, if you give it all to God and pray for direction, pray for God, bless me to be a blessing to others. God bless me to find out my purpose. That's what it is. When you find out that purpose, God will give you all the, he said, I put you in houses you never built. God will give you all that. So when you pray, guys, I encourage you, don't pray for the things. Because as long as you got God, he going to give you the things. Pray for to be a blessing to others. Pray for to sow into other people's lives. And I encourage you guys to do that more and to pass this message along to so many other people. I pray that everyone is safe. I pray that everyone get their life back. Once you get your life back, it's going to be so great, because I've been through so much. I'm not even going to share it all on this one conversation, but if I can make it, anybody can make it. My eyes are finally open after 40 years. That's a long time. So it's never too late, guys. But the first thing I did to make a change in my life is to recognize my flaws, to admit, God, I don't have it all. I don't know it all. You know, and that's the first thing, to admit. Go to God. Confess with thy mouth. Confession is everything. Confession heals the soul. And I encourage you guys today. And I pray that everybody has a blessed day. In Jesus' name. You guys have a good one.